What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I'm back with some interesting news. This is good stuff. This is juicy right here. And it just happened. I want to fill you guys in. It's regarding Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and Top Rank. So, here's the latest. Chavez Jr. just took to social media and posted this picture, and he said this: ready to sign for my next fight, but with no extension, not another fight. He said no another fight, but he meant not another fight, no extension. Now, some of you guys are like, what the fuck does this mean, Ego? Let me tell you. Now, it looks like the Triple G versus Chavez Jr. fight, both parties are down. Chavez Jr. called out Triple G after the fight. Triple G's mourning. His father just passed away, but he was down to fight, and they were negotiating it. During that negotiation process to make the fight happen, Chavez Jr., who's nearing the end of his Top Rank contract, I think he only has one fight, maybe two fights left with Top Rank to fulfill his contract. His They offered him the Triple G fight in X amount of dollars. I don't know that details, but they offered him the fight, and to my knowledge, I have some sources. Everybody's down and on board for this fight. Now, the only hindrance is Top Rank wants Chavez Jr. to extend his contract, meaning he has to renew his contract. Just like if you get a cell phone and you get a new iPhone, let's say the iPhone 6 comes out this winter, you get an iPhone 6. What is Sprint or AT&T or Verizon, any of them motherfuckers, what do? They make you renew your contract. Like, oh, you want to get the new iPhone with the discount? Then you got to sign up for another 2 years. Now, this is smart business practices for companies because they get you reeled in. You're like, oh, you want a new phone? Now you have a new contract. So we're guaranteed your business for another year, another 2 years, or whatever the fuck it is. And that's what Top Rank is trying to do with Chavez Jr. They know he's a cash cow. He's the son of a legend, son of a living legend, and he produces money. He has an entertaining style, and based on his style and his father and the heritage that he brings with that name, they want to keep him on the Top Rank side. And I did a video about this. Al Heyman reportedly offered a large sum of money to Chavez Jr. for a multi-fight deal. And as you guys know, a lot of people like John Molina Jr. just got the Lucas Matisse fight, which was a potential fight of the year. They signed with Al Heyman, and nobody was even fucking thinking about John Molina. No disrespect, because that's my dude, but from a casual fan standpoint, nobody was really thinking of John Molina. Then he signs with Al Heyman, gets that fight. Paulie Malignaggi, before he was with Al Heyman, he was getting whatever fights, the Sanchenko's, maybe Zab Judah. Then he signed to Al Heyman, got a Sean Porter fight. So Al Heyman is big business, and he gets these fighters and puts them in big positions. And it looks like Chavez Jr. is willing to keep his options open and possibly explore that. Top Rank doesn't want that. Now, this is looking real bad for Top Rank. Here's why. If you look at Top Rank's roster, they have some talent there. But look at it, like go line for line, bar for bar, and look at their talent. They have Manny Pacquiao, who doesn't look like the same fighter. He still can beat guys. He's still Manny Pacquiao, but he just doesn't look like he has the same oomph that he once had. And I'll leave it at that. You also have Juan Manuel Marquez, another fighter nearing the end of his career. Sergio Martinez, not really with Top Rank, but he does business with Top Rank, nearing the end of his career. And they got a lot of fighters who are coming off losses, like some more than others, like some coming off of one or two losses. Guys like Mike Alvarado got his ass beat by Ruslan Provodnikov, beat Brandon Rios by the hair of his chin, and lost to Brandon Rios before that in their first fight. So in his last three fights, he lost two of them. And you got guys like Lomachenko, who they moved too fast, then he took an L to Orlando Salido. Tim Bradley just took a loss to Pacquiao. And some people were saying Marquez and Ruslan Provodnikov should have been losses. I don't agree with that, but that's just the public's perception. So you got aging fighters, you got guys who are off of losses, and two of your cash cows that are still looking good in fights are still have been branded to the point where they could be the main event and sell out in Texas or you know what I mean, California, Chavez Jr. and Mikey Garcia, they don't even want to be there. Mikey Garcia is suing in California courts trying to get out of his Top Rank contract, and Chavez Jr. doesn't want to extend. And again, through the grapevine, I'm hearing that Al Heyman is in Chavez Jr.'s ear, and they've secretly met and discussed some numbers. So Al Heyman, it sounds like, is advising, or somebody's advising Chavez Jr. to keep his options open. All signs that are not looking good for Top Rank. Again, I just broke it down for you guys. You got aging fighters, you got fighters off of losses, and then your two guys who have already been invested in by HBO, by Top Rank, lots of promotion, lots of coverage on Chavez Jr. and Mikey Garcia, building them up. Now they don't even want to be there. They look discontent. They're not happy with their deals. So I'm anxious to see how this all pans out. And I'm not a lawyer. I never claimed to be. But just from knowing a little bit about business in general, to my knowledge, Top Rank can't, like, because of Chavez Jr.'s refusal to sign an extension, they can't, like, extort him and force him or blackmail him, if you will, to not give him fights. Like, they can stall him out a little bit. See, the difference is Timothy Bradley went through the same thing. And I believe 78 Sports had an interview with Timothy Bradley, and there was another interview with Timothy Bradley. He basically said there was no guarantee that the grass would be greener over on the other side, which is Golden Boy. And he said Top Rank took care of him, and he was getting a hefty payday to fight Pacquiao in the second rematch, but they would not give him that fight had he not extended his deal with Top Rank. So based on his family and all things considered, Timothy Bradley was in a position where if he wanted to beat Pacquiao and he wanted to get a second shot at Pacquiao and a shot at redemption, get that massive payday, whatever they paid him, $6 million or whatever they paid him, he had to extend his contract. So he was in a position where he didn't know what Golden Boy would offer. There was no guarantee he would get a Floyd Mayweather fight. They were offering him a large sum of money, and he would get a shot at Pacquiao again if he extended. So I guess him and his wife, his new manager, decided this was the best bet for him to extend his contract with Top Rank. Now, the difference between Timothy Bradley and Chavez Jr., Chavez Jr. is the son of a legend, and he comes from money. So you can't strong arm Chavez Jr. like you could Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley got to do what he has to do for his wife, Monica, and his children. So he doesn't have the same type of money Chavez Jr. has. You know what I mean? He wasn't getting the same type of paydays for fighting. Timothy Bradley actually had a harder schedule and fought tougher competition, in my opinion, just throughout his career. And he made a fraction of what Chavez Jr. made. Chavez Jr. was the reason Sergio Martinez was on a pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Because he comes from that lineage, that heritage, that namesake. And again, he comes from money. He grew up pretty much rich because his dad was rich. And you can't pigeonhole him like that. You know what I mean? And to my knowledge, like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but if he owes Top Rank one more fight, they can't blackmail him and not give him any opportunities to fight because they're pissed off because he doesn't want to renew his contract. And if they were to try to do some foul shit, some funny style shit like that, like, oh, you don't want to sign an extension, we're not giving you a fight, then I'm pretty sure that's grounds for Chavez Jr. and his legal team to sue Top Rank. So they could try to stall him out, try to not give him a fight. He might not get the Triple G money. He might not get the Triple G fight. But they have to provide him some type of fight if they're representing him. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure he can get out of his contract if they're supposed to represent him, and out of resentment because he won't sign an extension, they're not going to do anything for him or not give him a fight. And like I said, he comes from money, so I'm pretty sure he has money to the point where if he fights tomorrow, if he doesn't fight for another 6 months, he'll probably be good. He just came off of almost a year-long suspension and paid a hefty fine, and he was cool, you know what I mean, in terms of money. And if you guys know anything about like typing etiquette, you will know that obviously you can't detect emotion necessarily 100% of the time. Someone could be telling a joke or being sarcastic, but just the way this was written, you could do certain things like use capital letters, and the fact that he has all these exclamation marks, it looks like what he's saying it forcefully, and he's saying it adamant, like, I don't want to sign another fight, no extension, exclamation mark. So just if you read it the way it was written, you'll notice the certain, like I said, typing etiquette, and it doesn't sound like he's trying to fuck with Top Rank and fuck with an extension. So interesting stuff. It's not looking good for Top Rank. Let me know what you guys think of this new Chavez Jr. Will he get the Triple G fight, or do you think he'll succumb and sign that extension? Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.